The mind serves as both a workshop and a battlefield, a dual role that defines its unique power and complexity. In its workshop capacity, the mind is a space where ideas, dreams, and visions are crafted. It's where plans for the future take shape and solutions to challenges emerge. However, this same mind is also a battlefield, a place where doubts, fears, and insecurities compete against ambition, hope, and determination. Understanding this dual nature of the mind is essential to harnessing its power, as we must learn to embrace and work with both aspects to achieve personal growth and resilience. As a workshop, the mind is constantly in the process of building, refining, and creating. Every project, every plan, and every vision that has ever come to life first started as an idea. This idea was then shaped, evaluated, and nurtured in the workshop of the mind. Here, imagination thrives. The mind's capacity to dream allows us to explore possibilities that go beyond our current reality, forming visions of a future that is brighter, more fulfilled, or more accomplished. In this workshop, we find the tools to innovate and create solutions to life's many challenges. We can take raw ideas, mold them, and develop strategies to bring them into the physical world. It's a powerful process that demonstrates the mind's remarkable ability to build and shape our experiences and future. But the mind as a workshop doesn't operate without challenges. It is constantly interrupted by distractions, doubts, and fears that rise from the battlefield within. The mind as a battlefield is where we face internal conflicts, fear against courage, doubt against faith, and hesitation against motivation. This battle is often ongoing as our minds wrestle between constructive and destructive thoughts. The same mind that can envision greatness can also become clouded by anxiety, insecurity, and self-limiting beliefs. These negative forces work to undermine the progress made in the mental workshop, pulling us away from our goals and making us question our capabilities. One of the fiercest battles in the mind occurs when we are on the brink of growth or change. As we envision a new goal or a higher purpose, doubts often arise with greater intensity. This is the mind's natural response to stepping outside of its comfort zone into unfamiliar territory. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and even fear of success can surface, challenging our resolve. This mental conflict can sometimes paralyze us, holding us back from realizing the ideas and dreams we have carefully crafted in the workshop. The battlefield of the mind is therefore a place where courage is essential. To bring our visions to life, we must fight these mental battles and win against the inner voices that say, "You're not good enough," or "It's too risky." It's important to recognize that these battles are a normal part of the creative and growth process. Every great achievement, every significant personal transformation has required a person to overcome their internal conflicts. Winning on the battlefield of the mind is not about eliminating doubt or fear entirely, but about learning to face these thoughts and rise above them. It's about developing resilience and strengthening our mental defenses so that the mind remains a place where growth can flourish despite challenges. To manage both the workshop and battlefield aspects of the mind, a conscious effort is required. First, we must become aware of our thoughts, recognizing when our minds have shifted from a constructive workshop to a mental battleground. Mindfulness and self-reflection can help us identify these shifts, allowing us to better navigate our mental states. Developing habits of self-affirmation and positive reinforcement can also fortify the mind, equipping it to handle challenges with confidence. When we train ourselves to focus on our strengths and potential, we create a stronger mental foundation to return to the workshop with renewed clarity and purpose. Another effective way to harmonize the workshop and battlefield within the mind is through setting a clear purpose or goal. A mind focused on purpose is less likely to be swayed by doubts and distractions. Having a clear vision provides direction, anchoring the mind and allowing it to move forward despite challenges. The workshop becomes more productive and the battlefield becomes more manageable as we stay centered on our ultimate goals. In this way, purpose serves as a guiding force, helping us to channel our mental energy productively and overcome the internal battles that might otherwise derail our progress. Ultimately, the mind's dual role as both workshop and battlefield is what makes it so powerful. It is a place where we dream and a place where we struggle, a source of both creativity and resilience. The process of navigating between these two realms helps us grow stronger, more determined, and more focused. When we learn to see our mental struggles not as obstacles but as opportunities to build resilience, we turn the mind into a place of empowerment. By embracing both the creative and combative aspects of the mind, we gain the ability to turn our dreams into reality, despite the doubts and fears that inevitably arise. The mind's power lies in this balance, where ideas are born and where inner strength is tested and forged. When we learn to work with our minds fully, respecting both the workshop and the battlefield within, we unlock the true potential of who we are and what we can achieve. Guarding our mental input is one of the most fundamental steps toward achieving a healthy, empowered mind. The mind is constantly absorbing information, processing it, and turning it into thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. Just as we are mindful about the food we eat to maintain a healthy body, we need to be just as vigilant with what we feed our minds. Our thoughts, attitudes, and ultimately our actions are influenced by what we allow into our mental space. By carefully choosing and protecting what enters our minds, we set ourselves on a path toward clearer thinking, stronger resilience, and greater control over our lives. In today's world, the need to guard our mental input is more important than ever. We are exposed to a constant stream of information from news, social media, and advertisements, each one carrying messages that affect us consciously and subconsciously. While some of this information is helpful, much of it can be a distraction or even detrimental to our well-being. When we allow ourselves to be constantly exposed to negativity, stress-inducing news, or messages that undermine our self-worth, we weaken our mental defenses. Over time, this influx of unchecked information can drain our energy, lower our confidence, and distort our perspective of ourselves and the world around us. Guarding mental input means actively filtering out the information that does not serve our growth or well-being. This is not about ignoring reality or hiding from the world. Rather, it's about being selective with the content we engage with. By choosing to consume positive, constructive, and empowering material, we create a mental environment that is conducive to growth and resilience. For instance, spending time reading uplifting books, listening to inspiring podcasts, or connecting with people who encourage us can significantly enhance our mental state. Conversely, limiting exposure to negative or unhelpful sources can prevent the buildup of unnecessary stress or fear. One of the most effective ways to guard mental input is by managing the types of media we consume. Social media platforms and news channels can easily become sources of comparison, fear, or frustration if not approached with caution. By curating our social media feeds to follow accounts that promote positivity, learning, and inspiration, we can make sure that our time online is supportive of our mental health. Likewise, limiting our exposure to distressing or sensationalized news stories can help prevent us from being overwhelmed by events outside our control. It's important to stay informed, but balance is essential to ensure that our mental input remains healthy and manageable. Guarding mental input also extends to the people we surround ourselves with. The attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors of those around us can have a profound impact on our thoughts and actions. If we are constantly in the presence of negative or discouraging people, we may find our energy drained and our confidence shaken. By choosing to spend time with those who uplift, encourage, and inspire us, we strengthen our mental state. Positive relationships provide us with support and motivation, making it easier to maintain a resilient, focused mind. When we align ourselves with people who share our values and aspirations, our mental input remains consistent with our personal growth. Additionally, self-talk is a vital aspect of guarding mental input. Often the most influential messages we receive are the ones we give ourselves. The way we speak to ourselves affects our self-esteem, our motivation, and our ability to handle challenges. Practicing positive self-talk and reframing negative thoughts are powerful ways to protect our mental input. Instead of dwelling on past mistakes or setbacks, we can remind ourselves of our strengths and potential. Self-compassion is key here. When we treat ourselves with kindness, we create a supportive internal dialogue that builds confidence and resilience. Another essential aspect of guarding mental input is setting boundaries with our time and attention. The modern world is full of demands on our focus, from work responsibilities to personal obligations to digital notifications. By learning to say no to unnecessary distractions and time-consuming activities, we protect our mental space and reserve energy for the things that truly matter. For example, setting aside time each day for mindfulness, reading, or pursuing a hobby allows us to recharge and nurture our minds. Boundaries are not only about limiting outside influences, but also about prioritizing activities that bring fulfillment, clarity, and peace. Mindfulness is a powerful tool in the practice of guarding mental input. By becoming more aware of our thoughts and reactions, we can catch negative influences before they take root. Mindfulness allows us to observe our mental input objectively, recognizing when certain thoughts, information, or interactions are beneficial or detrimental. This awareness gives us the power to make conscious choices about what we accept and what we let go of, fostering a healthier mental landscape. Ultimately, guarding our mental input is an ongoing practice that requires intentionality and commitment. It is a way of taking responsibility for the quality of our thoughts and the direction of our lives. When we are mindful of what we allow into our mental space, we gain greater control over our emotions, attitudes, and actions. We become less susceptible to negative influences and more resilient in the face of challenges. By guarding our mental input, we create a foundation of mental strength, clarity, and positivity. This foundation not only supports our personal growth, but also enables us to contribute more positively to the lives of others. A well-guarded mind is a powerful ally, leading us toward a life of purpose, peace, and fulfillment. Discipline is a fundamental key to achieving success, stability, and fulfillment in life. It is the practice of aligning daily actions with long-term goals, regardless of distractions, challenges, or momentary temptations. Discipline is often seen as restrictive, but it is, in fact, liberating. When you cultivate discipline, you gain control over your life, your mind, and your future. The power of discipline lies in its ability to transform intentions into actions and actions into achievements, creating a consistent path toward progress and growth. At its core, discipline is about making choices that serve your goals, even when those choices are difficult. Every day we are faced with decisions that require either instant gratification or delayed satisfaction. Discipline enables us to choose the path of delayed gratification, allowing us to invest time and energy into things that may not have immediate rewards but hold long-term benefits. For instance, studying regularly, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, or practicing a skill may not provide instant results, but they build a foundation for success over time. This is where discipline shows its true power. It's the engine that drives sustained effort and turns dreams into reality. Building discipline starts with setting clear, achievable goals. When you have a specific goal in mind, discipline becomes a tool to reach it. Goals give you a destination, but discipline provides the road to get there. It is much easier to stay disciplined when you know what you are working toward and why it matters. Having a clear purpose creates motivation, but it is discipline that sustains that motivation even when the initial excitement fades. Purpose-driven discipline is powerful because it keeps you anchored in your vision, providing a compelling reason to push through difficult moments. Discipline also plays a crucial role in developing self-confidence and resilience. Every time you make a disciplined choice, you prove to yourself that you have control over your impulses, thoughts, and behaviors. This strengthens your self-confidence as you learn that you can rely on yourself to follow through on your commitments. Over time, disciplined actions build a positive track record of success and reliability, making it easier to trust your abilities in various situations. When faced with obstacles, disciplined individuals are more likely to persevere because they are used to overcoming discomfort and pushing beyond limitations. This resilience is invaluable as it allows you to navigate setbacks with a focused mind and a determined spirit. Another significant aspect of discipline is its power to improve focus. In a world full of distractions, discipline acts as a filter, helping you stay aligned with what truly matters. When you are disciplined, you learn to prioritize and concentrate on tasks that bring you closer to your goals while filtering out distractions that do not serve your purpose. This ability to focus is essential for deep work, creativity, and effective problem solving. Discipline allows you to engage fully in the present task, maximizing your productivity and the quality of your output. By training yourself to focus on one thing at a time, you enhance your efficiency and reduce the mental clutter that often leads to stress. Discipline also fosters a strong sense of personal integrity. When you commit to disciplined actions, you honor your word to yourself. This builds trust in your own abilities and decisions. Keeping promises to yourself, whether it's completing a workout, finishing a project, or sticking to a routine, strengthens your internal integrity. This, in turn, positively impacts relationships and interactions with others. People who are disciplined are often seen as dependable, consistent, and trustworthy because they follow through on their commitments. Personal integrity, nurtured by discipline, creates a reputation of reliability that benefits both personal and professional relationships. Furthermore, discipline enhances time management, which is essential for balancing the demands of work, family, and personal development. By creating a structured approach to managing time, discipline allows you to maximize productivity and minimize procrastination. Setting routines and sticking to them enables you to make the most of each day, ensuring that you dedicate time to essential activities while still allowing space for rest and relaxation. When you have a disciplined approach to time, you avoid the feeling of constantly rushing or falling behind. Instead, you operate with a sense of control and intention, knowing that each task is contributing to your overall progress. Discipline does not come naturally to everyone, and it often requires continuous effort to cultivate. However, the benefits far outweigh the initial struggle. Developing discipline can begin with small, manageable actions, such as setting a daily schedule, avoiding distractions for a set period, or practicing mindfulness to become more aware of impulsive behaviors. These small steps gradually strengthen your capacity for self-control, making it easier to tackle bigger challenges and goals. Like any skill, discipline improves with practice and becomes easier to maintain as it becomes part of your routine. The power of discipline is transformative. It gives you control over your life, empowering you to direct your actions toward meaningful outcomes. Discipline is not about restriction, it's about choosing to create the life you want, one deliberate action at a time. By embracing discipline, you are investing in a future that reflects your aspirations and values. The journey may be challenging, but discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. When you commit to a life of disciplined choices, you build a foundation of purpose, integrity, and resilience that will guide you through every challenge and opportunity. In the end, discipline is the key that unlocks your potential, empowering you to achieve goals that were once mere dreams. Nurturing a vision is an essential part of achieving a life of purpose and fulfillment. A vision is more than just a goal or a wish. It's a compelling picture of the future that provides direction, inspiration, and a sense of meaning. When we nurture our vision, we give it the attention, energy, and intention it needs to grow and take shape. A vision is like a seed planted in the mind, but without nurturing, it may remain a distant dream, never fully realized. Bringing it to life requires dedication, patience, and a willingness to continuously invest in its development. The process of nurturing a vision begins with clarity. Many people have general ideas about what they want from life, but a vision needs specificity to become actionable. A vague vision can lack the strength to inspire consistent action, whereas a clear vision serves as a roadmap illuminating each step along the way. Clarity also allows us to connect emotionally with our vision, making it more than a concept, it becomes a meaningful part of who we are. When we take the time to refine our vision, understanding why it matters and what we hope to achieve, we lay the foundation for a deep commitment to bring it to life. Once clarity is established, nurturing a vision requires consistent focus and reinforcement. Life is filled with distractions that can pull us off course, and a vision that is not nurtured can quickly fade from our priorities. To keep our vision alive, we must remind ourselves of it regularly, whether through visualization, journaling, or simply setting aside time to reflect on it. Visualization is particularly powerful because it helps create a mental image of what achieving the vision would feel like, strengthening our motivation. When we vividly imagine us achieving our vision, we activate the subconscious mind to recognize opportunities and resources that will support our journey. Nurturing a vision also involves setting intentional goals. These goals act as milestones that bring us closer to the ultimate vision while providing a sense of progress and achievement along the way. Each goal achieved builds momentum, reinforcing our belief in the possibility of the vision itself. It's important to break down the vision into smaller, manageable goals that are realistic and attainable, as this prevents the journey from becoming overwhelming. With each small step, the vision feels closer and more achievable, keeping us motivated and focused. Goals give us a practical way to measure our progress and to make adjustments as needed, ensuring we stay on track, even if circumstances change. Another crucial aspect of nurturing a vision is resilience. The path toward any meaningful vision is rarely smooth, and setbacks are a natural part of the process. Resilience allows us to persist despite obstacles, keeping our vision alive even when circumstances become challenging. Resilience involves developing a mindset that views setbacks as learning experiences rather than roadblocks. When we approach obstacles with a growth mindset, we see them as opportunities to develop new skills or perspectives that ultimately strengthen our commitment to the vision. Resilience requires faith in ourselves and the process, trusting that each step, regardless of its outcome, brings us closer to the vision. Nurturing a vision also involves surrounding ourselves with supportive influences. The people we spend time with, the information we consume, and the environment we create all play a role in either supporting or detracting from our vision. When we connect with others who share similar goals or values, we gain encouragement, inspiration, and accountability. This positive reinforcement strengthens our commitment and gives us the energy to keep pushing forward. Conversely, negative influences can sap our motivation and make us question the value of our vision. By being intentional about our environment and relationships, we create a supportive space where our vision can flourish. Patience is another essential component in the process of nurturing a vision. Achieving a meaningful vision takes time, and impatience can lead to frustration or even abandonment of the journey. Patience allows us to stay committed without needing immediate results, understanding that true transformation often happens gradually. A patient approach to nurturing a vision respects the time it takes to build a foundation, develop skills, and grow through challenges. When we are patient, we can enjoy the journey itself, seeing each moment as a step towards something greater. This sense of presence in the process allows us to find fulfillment in each stage, not just the destination. Along with patience, flexibility is key to nurturing a vision. Sometimes as we work toward our vision, we gain new insights or face changes that require us to adjust our approach. Flexibility allows us to stay aligned with our vision while adapting to life's inevitable twists and turns. By being open to change, we avoid becoming rigid or overly attached to a specific path. Instead, we embrace the process as an evolving journey that may look different than we originally planned. Flexibility doesn't mean abandoning the vision. Rather, it allows us to navigate around obstacles and explore new opportunities that may enhance our ultimate goal. Finally, nurturing a vision requires a strong sense of belief in oneself. Self-belief is the internal fuel that keeps the vision alive, even when external circumstances may not be encouraging. It is the conviction that we are capable of achieving our vision and that we have the strength and resources to make it a reality. This belief grows stronger as we make consistent progress and as we overcome challenges along the way. Self-belief allows us to persevere even in moments of doubt, reminding us that our vision is not only possible, but within reach if we remain committed. In essence, nurturing a vision is a holistic process that involves clarity, focus, resilience, supportive environments, patience, flexibility, and self-belief. Each of these elements reinforces the vision, making it a part of our daily lives and guiding our actions and decisions. A nurtured vision becomes a source of inspiration and motivation, providing purpose in every step we take. The mind is an extraordinary gift, an intricate, creative powerhouse capable of shaping not only individual lives, but entire societies. When we understand the mind's power, we begin to see that it is the starting point of every innovation, every solution, every work of art, and every structure of civilization. Everything that exists today began as a single idea in someone's mind, and that is the beauty and potential within each of us. Your mind is not merely a space where random thoughts and daily worries arise. It is the birthplace of purpose, direction, and transformation. This creative power of the mind is what distinguishes us. It enables us to envision things that have never existed and to think beyond current limitations, envisioning solutions, progress, and beauty in new ways. Think of the world's great innovators and leaders, the ones who left legacies of change and inspiration. There were people who understood that what they saw in their mind's eye could eventually be crafted into reality. This understanding pushed them to dream and, importantly, to act upon those dreams. When you fully grasp that your mind has the power to create, the way you think about life begins to change. You start seeing the mind as a tool to be harnessed and not just a passive part of your being. Ideas are seeds planted in the soil of the mind, waiting to be nurtured, cultivated, and ultimately harvested. Every solution that has ever impacted the world began as a thought, a tiny spark of insight or inspiration. This is why what you think about is so crucial. The thoughts you entertain regularly are the materials with which you construct your reality. Now consider that your mind has the capacity to imagine a better version of your current situation. It can see beyond your current obstacles and limitations. When you understand this power, you no longer feel restricted by where you are or what you currently have. Instead, you realize that everything you need to change your life already exists within you. Your mind can envision solutions to challenges, create goals that inspire you, and develop pathways to achieve those goals. However, the mind does not create on its own. It needs deliberate cultivation. While it has limitless potential, it requires nurturing and focus. Just like a garden requires good soil, water, and sunlight to grow, the mind needs positive, nourishing thoughts and influences to reach its creative peak. Negative thoughts, distractions, and self-doubt choke the growth of great ideas, much like weeds overtake a garden left unattended. If you can plant ideas of purpose, self-worth, and resilience, you give your mind the environment it needs to flourish and create. This is why guarding your thoughts and the influences you allow into your mind is so important. The most effective way to harness your mind's creative force is by setting a vision. Vision gives purpose to your thoughts, acting as a guide and motivator. When you have a clear picture of what you want to achieve, your mind becomes a factory for ideas, producing solutions, strategies, and innovations that align with your purpose. Vision is the fuel that drives the mind to think creatively and beyond current constraints. It turns dreams into plans and plans into actions. There is incredible power in understanding that your mind is designed to create. This power, however, is not limited to big achievements or world-changing inventions. The creative power of your mind can transform your daily life, improve your relationships, advance your career, and deepen your self-awareness. Small acts of creativity, solving a problem at work, finding a new way to connect with loved ones, or discovering a talent within yourself are equally profound demonstrations of your mind's potential. Creativity is not only about large-scale accomplishments, it is about living fully and authentically, using the mind's gifts to navigate life's challenges and possibilities. To tap into this creative power, one must be willing to think expansively, free from self-imposed limitations. Creativity demands courage to think differently, to challenge the status quo, and to believe that the impossible can become possible. By seeing your mind as a tool for creation, you empower yourself to shape a life of purpose, contribution, and fulfillment. Every one of us has this potential. It is a matter of choosing to embrace and cultivate it. The mind as a creative force is not simply a source of ideas. It is the spark of all progress, the foundation of all purpose, and the key to all transformation. When you embrace this, you begin to see that the life you envision is within reach, waiting to be created by the thoughts you nurture and the dreams you dare to pursue. Training the mind is one of the most crucial steps toward realizing our fullest potential. While the mind has immense creative power, it does not automatically lean towards success, focus, or positivity. Like any other powerful tool, it requires consistent training, guidance, and discipline. Left untrained, the mind can easily become overrun by distractions, negativity, and doubt. But with the right practices, a trained mind can overcome obstacles, turn challenges into opportunities, and navigate toward goals with clarity and resilience. Imagine a garden left untended, weeds will overtake it, and the potential for beautiful flowers or fruit is lost in the chaos. Our mind works similarly. In its natural, untrained state, the mind can be pulled in many directions, influenced by worries, fears, and the stresses of daily life. Training the mind is like cultivating that garden, pulling out the weeds of negativity and self-doubt, and planting seeds of purpose, focus, and positivity. This discipline allows the mind to reach its true potential, becoming a powerful force for good in our lives and the lives of others. One of the most important aspects of training the mind is learning to focus on what matters. In today's world, distractions are everywhere on our phones, on our screens, and even in our environments. The untrained mind is easily lured by these distractions, drifting from one thought to another without settling on anything of true value. A trained mind, however, is disciplined enough to prioritize and stay focused on what truly aligns with one's purpose and goals. By learning to resist distraction and remain focused, the mind can channel its energy into productive and meaningful pursuits. Furthermore, training the mind involves developing mental resilience. Life is filled with challenges and setbacks, and an untrained mind is more likely to succumb to stress and discouragement. However, a trained mind sees setbacks as opportunities for growth and uses them as stepping stones to move forward. Training the mind builds resilience, teaching it to withstand adversity, push through discomfort, and keep moving forward even when circumstances are less than ideal. Resilience is not about ignoring difficulties, it is about training the mind to process and navigate them constructively. Another essential element in training the mind is cultivating positive thought patterns. The untrained mind often defaults to fear, doubt, or negativity, especially when confronted with new challenges or unknowns. But with consistent mental training, we can shift our thought patterns to focus on optimism, solutions, and self-belief. This does not mean ignoring reality. Rather, it involves developing a mindset that is solution-oriented and confident in its own ability to overcome obstacles. A trained mind knows that thoughts influence actions and ultimately outcomes. By cultivating positivity, the mind becomes more capable of generating creative solutions and more resilient in the face of setbacks. Training the mind also involves a commitment to self-reflection. This practice helps the mind become aware of its strengths, weaknesses, and habitual patterns. Reflection allows us to notice areas where we may need further discipline or change. Through regular self-reflection, the mind gains insight into its own processes, which is essential for continued growth. It helps us recognize limiting beliefs, challenge assumptions, and identify opportunities for improvement. Self-reflection is like a mental checkup, ensuring that our thoughts and habits are in alignment with our goals and values. Another powerful way to train the mind is by setting clear goals and establishing a vision. When the mind has a clear target, it becomes easier to concentrate its energy and make decisions that support that goal. Without a sense of direction, the mind is more likely to wander aimlessly, unsure of which path to take. But when we set clear goals, the mind becomes a compass, constantly directing us back to our chosen path. This focus sharpens our decision-making and strengthens our ability to ignore distractions that do not serve our purpose. Finally, training the mind requires consistency and patience. Just as physical training requires repetition and gradual progress, mental training is a lifelong practice. It cannot be done in a day, a week, or even a month. It involves daily decisions to focus, to think positively, to reflect, and to pursue goals with purpose. Progress may be slow at times, but with patience, the trained mind becomes a reliable source of strength and wisdom. In essence, training the mind is about building a mental framework that supports growth, resilience, and positivity. It empowers us to control our thoughts rather than be controlled by them, and it transforms the mind into a powerful ally on the journey to fulfilling our potential. With a trained mind, no challenge is insurmountable, no goal is out of reach, and no setback is final. The journey of mental discipline is ongoing, but the rewards are immeasurable, leading us toward a life of purpose, achievement, and inner peace.